Okay, y'all, so there was a slight difficulty when I was getting ready to do the second pick a card or whatever. So this is going to be a two-parter. This is the beginning of part two for the Nicki Minaj Seeing Green read, and we shall get into the next pick a card. Okay, y'all, and like I said, if you bypass the first part of this video, please go back and see it. There are some great things in there: a quick pick a card, some information about the lyrics, a couple of other background information, this, that, and the third. But without further ado, we are going to get into this second pick a card, and we have some bonus songs off of the Beam Me Up Scotty mixtape. So for group one, we have this Jade Stone here with Keys Under Palm Trees, which be the name of that song. We have this, I believe this is an emerald stone here with the heart on it for Itty Bitty Piggy. And for group three, we have Child, this aquamarine-esque stone here. I have yet to discover what the name of this stone is. If you know it, please educate me down in the comments. But that stone is here for Envy. So go ahead and pick out your pile, and we're gonna get into what the messages are behind these songs, behind these cards, and Miss Nicki's intent and all of that. Let's get it. Okay, you chose group one. You chose the Jade Stone, which has the spider. And spiders represent ancestors, and they also send a message of you are in control of the web you weave. So, picking up money with this, picking up money concerns, and it seems like either money is getting in the way of your heart, or your heart is getting in the way of your money. And it could go both ways. Whatever resonates for you. Also, some ancestral messages. Honestly, I'm getting that some people in this group may have some sort of spiritual or astrological alignment with Nicki Minaj. Ancestors in common, if you will, spirit guides in common, some higher angels in common with her, which is definitely what this is giving. Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm outside, so a couple of things, couple of questionable things going on. I'm sorry. Okay, but so that's definitely what this is giving. So some heart chakra work, and I'm picking up some Earth Star. That's what's coming through. Earth Star chakra. I need to get in touch with your ancestors, meditate upon your Earth Star chakra, and I'm getting that some financial some toxic financial family cycles that need to be broken to bring in generational wealth. That's what just came through for me. Look at this, y'all. Starry Nights. And if y'all tuned in to the other video, you definitely heard me talk about Nicki Minaj's relation to stars, her being a Sagittarius, and their placement in the major arcana, which is the star card. And here we have, this is, I was going to say Salvador Dali. No, this is Vincent Van Gogh, y'all. This is Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh had a lot of internal issues that went on, okay? And this is one of his most famous pieces of artwork also. So what it's giving me is that, first of all, Nicki Minaj is working on a masterpiece. Her next body of work is probably going to be one of her best, if not her best. That's what just came out for me. And the way that is tied in is people who chose this group are also in that space. Alchemist energy is what it's given. Alchemist energy, knowing how to use your inner mothering energy in order to bring into fruition what you want to create and what you want people to see. This is the energy that y'all are in, and y'all have the number 4 here, which definitely gives divine destiny. Okay, so whatever it is that you're working on and whatever it is that you have been wishing on concerning that, it is bound to be victorious. It is bound to be successful in ways that you did not even imagine. You are going to exceed your own expectations, and it's going to bust down doors for you. I'm hearing this message that people have been watching you, people have been paying attention to your consistency and your drive and your personality, and they are talking about you in a good way. So you probably been feeling kind of anxiety, feeling like people are watching you and people are talking about you, and it's just a habit to feel negative about that. But people have been talking about you in good ways. Not saying that they're always going to be somebody hating on you. But like I said in the last video, we're not focused on that no more. We are loving who loves us, and we are paying attention who is giving us the good, high vibrational attention, okay? So that's where your energy needs to be focused. Channel that anxiety into enthusiasm, and that is going to help you manifest in your soul family and manifest in those creative blessings. Transition, like I said, coming in a 1 second, you all. Going through a transition, a spiritual transition. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all in this group, y'all's heart chakra, the disalignment and y'all's heart chakra is causing a lot of disarray in other chakras and in other areas of your life. And what this is giving me is that your heart chakra and the heartbreak that you're experiencing surrounding your heart chakra is causing blockages in your crown chakra. It's causing you to not be as confident and faithful in the divine realm as you need to be and as your divine realm needs you to be. Because in order for them to really activate in your life the way that they need to, in the way that they should, you have to have faith in them. You have to have belief in them, which means that you also have to have faith and belief in yourself on a personal level and on a heart level. You have to love yourself. You have to trust yourself in order to really succeed, in order to come into your highest potential. So let me read this off. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Oh my gosh. And the number is 43, which makes 7, which makes lucky, okay? And definitely you're on your divine path. And this is also going back into how you are kind of spiritually or astrologically or ancestrally, if that's a word, connected to Nicki Minaj. Because I think I said that in the last video, and I might have also said it in this video lightly. She is one to where she used to feed off of other people's negativity, using other people's negativity to show her how not to be, to show her what not to do, and to ultimately be like, oh, that's a challenge, I'm about to clock that, I'm about to counter that, I'm about to exceed that. That's kind of how she used to be, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's the end of that cycle, and it's time to transition into higher functionality. And the higher functionality is releasing control, because Nicki has had a tendency to keep those types of people around her that would kind of be maybe not the best influence, and maybe also be ego busters, if you will. She would keep them around her out of controlling and kind of micromanaging her happenings, because even though they may not be the best of influences, they are normal to her. It is like home to her. It's habitual, is what she knows. So even if they do bad things, it's bad things that she expects. So that's kind of where her the micromanaging of her life comes into play. And I'm getting that certain people who chose this group probably over manage yourself, you over criticize yourself, And like I said, micromanage yourself and micromanage the situations and your environment. And the Most High is trying to up the ante on your faith and belief in them. And so your leap of faith is to take your grasp off of everything, to stop trying to control the process and be in the process. Be patient with the process. Let God move you. Let God decorate your space. Let God design your blessings. And you can give pointers, have discussion, have round table talks with God, but don't try to control every situation. When things start to happen in your life, it's coming through to me. So for instance, let's say you wake up in the morning and usually you want to go by the book of what you planned out the day before. But instead of going by the book, first this, second that, third this, fourth that, instead start off doing a spiritual and energetic check-in, journaling what emotion you feel and where you feel it resonating in your body. This will require you to like really sit and be and close your eyes and ask yourself questions, if you will. And then channel and jot that emotion down. And wherever that emotion takes you, let that, if you will, navigate you to how you get through everything. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And like I said, learning how to use the best of everything to keep you going instead of using the negativity to fuel you. Definitely be wise and use it as wisdom, but learn how to use high vibrational things to help you and to propel you. Discernments. And the number 20. So, some negative mindset surrounding old relationships is in the process of being washed out. I watched Desperate Housewives, and what she is going through with her husband right now, Lynette, the character Lynette in particular, what she's going through with her husband right now is she came from a toxic childhood environment where she was abused a lot as a child, and her mother was an alcoholic and this, that, and the third, and that caused her to want to be in control of everything so that she always knows what to expect. So she would kind of function that way with her husband also. And she kept getting on him about settling for less and how he navigates in the business world, not being assertive enough and not demanding more of what he wants and knowing his worth and things of that nature. And she pushed him to a point of being more assertive and demanding what he wants. And when he actually started doing that and bringing in more money and being more successful and being more assertive, he didn't get arrogant or, power mad or anything. But he started to get more assertive and sure of himself and actually manifesting the things that he wanted, like she told him to do. But she put so much effort into micromanaging him that she forgot to get her mindset to a point of matching his money. She forgot to get her spiritual set to the vibration of which she pushed him to. So when he started to bring in these blessings, she didn't know how to handle it. It scared her. And she started to lash out and spaz out and this, that, and the third. So it's giving me that that's where a lot of people in this group are, where you wish for these things, you push for these things, or you push for certain people to be a certain way, and now the blessings are coming in and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What is this? No, and you're having a hard time trusting it because you're having a hard time trusting yourself in knowing what exactly to do with it. So there is definitely some throat and third eye chakra work that needs to be done so that you can start seeing things the way that you definitely need to see it and start seeing yourself the way that you need to see it, so that you can really embrace and enjoy the blessings that you are about to make for yourself and the blessings that people are about to bring in. The soul family that is about to come in for you is going to be conducive, that you all trust each other and are able to lean on each other and are able to integrate and pick up on each other's slack in order to be successful. I saw 1515 when I said that, which is definitely a number of victorious manifestations. So and 1515, that's 6, and that's definitely the number of reflections. So I need to reflect on times where you ignored your intuition, either for some type of maybe superficial benefit, maybe feeling like you needed to for stability, or just to make other people feel comfortable. There's a need to reflect upon that so that you can purge those emotions and clear that out in order to, like I said, get to the vibration of your highest blessings in your divine path. And I hope this helped, y'all. Really hope this helps. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share, okay? And we are going to get into the next group. Okay, group 2. You all chose the Emerald Heartstone here. And the song Itty Bitty Piggy. So, y'all, this song put Nicki on the... Y'all can't read my handwriting, but this song put Nicki on the map. Okay, this song put Nicki on the map, and it is also a sample. It is sampled from Soulja Boy's She Got a Donk. The elements picked up in this group is the color pink and the elements of water. Look at that. So we have King of Cups. Definitely got some heart chakra work that needs to be done. I'm getting that this is your heart chakra is blocking your throat chakra. There are some imbalances in the... I'm hearing judgments. I'm sorry about that. But I'm hearing judgments. You judge yourself for your emotions. Probably a lot of water signs. Picking up water and fire signs in this group. And you all judge yourself for being emotional. You judge yourself for having emotions. It's probably how a lot of people have made you feel in life. Like you need to shut that crying shit up. It's being weak. Get hard. Okay? People have probably been like that with you, which has caused you to be like that with yourself. But it's hindering you from being creatively free. It's hindering you from being honest with yourself and being honest with other people in the midst of communication, which keeps you from being honest in your creativity. For some people, there is somebody in your life. It's more than likely a man, or it could be a woman that has somewhat masculine energy, if you will. And you need to seek this person out for advice. And I'm getting that is a part of your leap of faith, because like I said, you judge yourself for having emotion, which means you also judge yourself for needing help. You judge yourself for asking for help, and you end up hindering yourself because you refuse to ask for help. You want to do it all on your own. You want to know everything. You want to always be right. You think you're just supposed to know. And no, you are not just supposed to know. Like, yeah, that's what your intuition is for. Discernment. Yeah, definitely channel that. Definitely meditate upon your third eye chakra and make use of it. However, a part of your third eye chakra functionality is to also help you to know when you need to ask for help, when you need to seek outside sources for assistance. And this is also what that is channeling. This is what this is also saying to you. And so somebody is also probably this person. Somebody is going to be in your ear, or probably has already been in your ear, just hitting you up randomly saying, hey, I want to take you to this and that place sometime. Hey, you should do this sometime. Hey, you need to get into this. Hey, maybe you should draw today. You're going to be people just coming in randomly saying stuff like that to you. And if that's already happened, you probably have reaction like, oh, I don't have time for that. Oh, I just don't feel like it. Da 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 da. Like, no, you're not gonna always feel like it. I'm sorry. And I'm getting that this group needed some tough love, and that's exactly how the messages are coming through. The other groups were a little bit more tender, but this one is coming in like straightforward. Like, no, you are not going to always feel like it. You're not gonna always feel like being happy. You're not gonna always feel like being sad. You're not gonna always feel like it, but you need to use your emotions to connect with your discernment, your third eye, in order to help you know when you need to push yourself to do something. Okay, because sometimes you may even need to put a push to do what's best for you, because you can get so in the habit of bad habits that the good feels bad. You can get so used to chaos that peace feels like chaos, which is why spirit is putting you into a position like, no, you need to push yourself. You need to force yourself to do healthy self-care things for you. You need to force yourself to ask for help. Force yourself to tell people no when you need to tend to yourself and do what you need to do for yourself. Okay? The energy is gaining momentum. Okay? And when I see this card, it tends to mean that, like, y'all are exhausted. Y'all are kind of tired. And that's what I'm saying. This may be a time for you to force yourself to rest so that somebody can help you. People in this group probably feel like y'all need to have y'all hands on everything, otherwise it won't get done. No. What are you afraid of is going to happen if you don't do every single thing? What are you afraid of is going to happen if you don't always know every single thing? What are you afraid of is going to happen if you can't be happy all the time? What are you afraid of? You need to address that. You need to face that. You need to answer those questions for yourselves, and also find affirmations and things of that nature to counteract those fears and purge those emotions so that you can meet the momentum that the energy is gaining. There are some things trying to come in for you, and God is definitely trying to tell you something, and there are some epiphanies and downloads that want to come in. This is probably you probably have some spiritual gifts that you are blocking yourself from because you being too earthly about it, being too masculine about it, probably also being too active, and you need to tap into that feminine energy that allows things to come to you. Okay, and that's probably also why you're so exhausted, because you've been going after, and it's time to take kind of a pause and allow some things to come to you. And for y'all's last card, you have emergence. Emergence. And this is the card that is directly channeling kind of the message and the energy and the vibe of Itty Bitty Piggy. Emergence. This is when she started to emerge into the industry and emerge into our sight. So you're in this kind of awkward space, if you will. You probably feel like the walls are closing in on you a bit, in which they are, but not in the way that you think. You're being sat down so that you can be slingshot out. That's exactly what came to me. You need to sit and brace yourself. for the blessings that are about to come in, and for the role that you are about to take on, and for the role that you are about to play in this world. Because you are definitely about to start emerging and propelling, and you need to get self aware in certain ways that you haven't been, so that one, you don't become power hungry and power mad, and also so that you can enjoy the blessings that you're about to make for yourself. Because you don't want to have acquired and reached all of your goals and then still feel like you haven't done anything. Okay? And honestly, I'm gonna leave it at that. I really hope this helped. Y'all, do what you need to do for yourself. Y'all got this. You got this. Keeping your head up. We'll move on to the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share for me, okay? Share for me. Let's get to the next one. All right, group 3. Y'all chose envy. Y'all can't read my handwriting, but y'all chose envy, okay? Only thing is envy. They know it's I'm coming back, swinging for that ass, okay? Which means that you chose. This is not aquamarine. I don't think this is called aquamarine, but I'm gonna call it aquamarine today. You chose this stone right here. It is so cute, y'all. It is so beautiful. You chose this, which is giving me etheric heart chakra vibes. Y'all need to be healed on a spiritual level. And trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. A lot of people in this group probably have a family cycle of abuse. You probably have been abused, and that is a part of what is being brought up in order to be cleansed out, so that you can break that toxic family cycle. Let's see what cards we have for y'all for the song Envy. And of course, in that song, of course, needless to say, she is talking about people envying her. All they do is envy. Don't they know she coming back swinging for that? Okay? And talking about like I had said in the last video, I had mentioned it in the last video, people criticizing you for something and then turning around and trying it. That's the vibe that song gets. And look at this, y'all. Ace of coins, ace of diamonds, and that's pretty much been a general theme of this entire read. And honestly, that's the vibe that I get from the song. Also, it's a lot of messages of getting your heart right so you can let the money in. Seeing green. Y'all know that the heart chakra is green, so that's what it's given. A lot of heart chakra healing in order to bring in generational wealth, and that is definitely what's happening here. Cleansing some generational toxicity and bringing in generational wealth. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. I'm getting that this group is also realizing their power, realizing more of their confidence, realizing the effect and the impact that they have on people, both good and bad, and learning how to use it to make more good marks in the world. And so I just saw a bird just flew past me, and I got inclined to say, if you just lost a loved one, or if you have been struggling to get over the loss of a loved one, you need to acknowledge their spiritual presence around you, because they are trying to act as a guardian angel for you right now. And they have been trying to speak to you through angel numbers, through different random animals. You've probably been seeing types of animals that you haven't really seen before, or that you haven't seen in a long time. And they are making these things present to you so that you can recognize that anything is possible, and so that you can recognize your uniqueness and recognize that you're capable of anything. I really hope that hit your spirit. I really hope that hit your spirit because I felt a wave of emotion come over me with that message. Y'all, okay. So let's get into y'all's next card. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm gonna come back to that one. I'm gonna do this one first. So this is a carnival evening. It has a number 5. Big changes. What artist is this? Henry Rosso. Y'all don't worry about them cars falling. I'm over it. It's a fan over here, and it's blowing them. It's okay. Henry Rosso, the number 5, a carnival evening. There's a need to find the fun again in life. Y'all need to do some sacral chakra work. Y'all sacral chakra is getting in the way of y'all's heart chakra. Y'all have forgotten how to enjoy life. There's somebody, and for the ones I said, probably lost a loved one. Sorry for that. But some people are also dealing with severed ties from old relationships. You probably used to have a lot of fun with these people. These people brought a lot of joy in your life at one point, and ever since they have been absent, oh my gosh, y'all. And this ties into Nicki's story too. I'm getting, of course, that there are more people in her life that that they kind of fell off along the way. But y'all noticed that the sound of her music changed and kind of her vibe changed when her and Safari broke up, and her and Safari grew up together. And also, just recently, she lost her father, and that was a hard. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to cry. I am not even a crier, y'all. I'm hurt. Okay, but y'all, that had a great effect on her, and I'm getting that is affecting a lot of y'all in the same way, where you've kind of felt like you lost it yourself, felt like you kind of lost sight of your identity in a way, and you don't really know how to have fun in yourself anymore. You don't really know how to enjoy certain things the way that you used to enjoy them. And Spirit is saying, for some people, you may need to have a celebration of their life and a celebration of your freedom to yourself. Like, if it's nothing but just like locking yourself in your room or in your house all day and playing music, whether it be sad music that helps you purge those negative emotions and like reimagine those negative emotions, or if it's happy music to put you in a different vibration, or if it's both. Honestly, just have some time to yourself to just sit and dance with yourself and remember good times and reimagine good times and fantasize good times. Just have a little party to yourself. And also, if certain people have been hitting you up to go out and do certain things and socialize, take them up on that offer. I'm getting that will be really good for you. That'll be really good for your mental state. That'll be really good for your emotional state. It'll put you in a different state of mind, state of consciousness, and a different state of vibration. It'll put you in a different vibration, and hopefully get you to a point of get you out of that codependency, because that's kind of that's where you were in those old relationships that had to be broken off. And sometimes also, I know sometimes we don't want to hear this, and I say it with the utmost of tenderness and sensitivity. Sometimes when God takes people out of our lives, it is so that you can realize that you can go on. Sometimes we feel like we can't live with people. We can't live without people. We can't imagine our lives without certain people. And sometimes God will remove them so that you can realize your power. So that you realize that you can do anything. Like I said, you can make it through anything. You can do anything. I immediately started hearing Mariah Carey's Through the Rain. You may need to play that song. You may need to play that song so that you can like cry it out and go through that. Let me move this fan. And make it through the other side successfully and feeling much differently about yourself and feeling much stronger. Y'all. So there's some Leo energy that needs to be channeled, but there's some Leo energy that needs to be balanced also. There's some Leo energy that needs to be checked. Don't let pride get in your way. As a Leo myself, I have a tendency to say to myself, like, if I start feeling a certain emotion or start crying or certain stuff like that, I will find this small voice in my head being like, what are you crying for? What good is that gonna do? What are we doing that for? That is so counterproductive. You need to suck that up. I find myself saying that, and that is so not healthy. That is so not healthy. And what is given is that something that Leos do, we a lot of the time feel like our negative emotions are a burden, not only on ourselves but on other people. And a lot of the time we will take bullets. We will take so much shit from ourselves and others because we feel like we can handle it. We need to handle it because everybody else be struggling, so we got to take that. We got to take these blows because other people can't. And we kind of have to get out of that mindset because we, at the end of the day, we need people to lean on to. And that's where y'all are at with it. That's what the Most High is saying to y'all, Group 3. It's time to allow yourselves to be vulnerable to somebody. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. And I know this is so scary for y'all, but you need it. You need it. And it's going to open you up to so much healing and so many epiphanies. And it's going to free so much weight off of you to stop feeling so tired and exhausted and sluggish and down on yourself and critical on yourself for not getting things done. You're going to get way more productive. You're going to be way more peppy and happy and ready to be out in the world, child, okay? But it's going to take for you to open up to somebody and talk about your feelings, talk about the things that you've been through. If it's nothing but journaling, getting a therapist, talking to a friend, writing a book, writing songs. That's what Nicki does. Nicki puts her emotions and she puts her heart and her tears and her anger and her pain into her music, into her grind. And I'm getting that that's the space that you all are in right now, Group 3. Learning how to turn your turmoil into gold. Okay? Into gold. You have the power. You have the world in the palm of your hands. It's in the palm of your hands. The weight is not on your shoulders. The world is in the palm of your hands. I hope that helped y'all. Please meditate upon your sacral chakra, your root chakra, the solar plexus, the heart. Meditate upon all of them, but the main ones that I'm picking up on is definitely Earth Star, solar plexus, and heart chakra. Definitely. And I hope that helped. And we are going to move into some final channeled messages from Miss Nicki Minaj. All right. I have a few final channeled questions that I want to go through. And this will be more focused on Nicki Minaj in particular and her creative process and how she thinks and what her intentions are behind the things that she does. And also the divine realms intentions concerning her, things of that nature. So we're going to start off with Nicki Minaj's aura. We're going to see where she is. Well, let's see where she was at the time where she created this song. What's Nicki Minaj's aura at the time she created this song? Nicki Minaj's aura at the time she created this song. Okay. So the first card we have is the Five of Swords. So y'all, okay, she was in a she was in somewhat of a like feeling like she was like spiritually under attack, if you will. Y'all remember the Nicki Minaj hate train era? So she was kind of like in the residual effects of that and just kind of not feeling herself, feeling like the world was against her, feeling like her internal self was against her, feeling like just all swords were pointed at her, and not really knowing how to get out of that space, not really knowing exactly what she was going to do or who was going to help her or how she was going to do it. She just knew that she had to do something to get out of that space. So that's what I'm getting, that she started to get more in touch with her spiritual side, which Nicki Minaj is a spiritual person in general, but she started to really up the ante on her spiritual on her daily spiritual activities, her meditation, praying, self-care, all of that, talking to mentors, talking to spiritual leaders, getting advice, seeing life coaches, seeing things of that nature, people of that nature. And like I said, really doing the work to heal and clear out some negative energy, and also figuring out how to use everything that she has in order to reinvent herself, which definitely gives her, like I said, that high priestess energy. And if you kind of look at how the cards are aligned, even though they are sideways, look at that. She came out on top, and she's going to continue to come out on top. So like, that's definitely, I'm so sorry, that's definitely a mindset that we need to always take from Ms. Nicki Minaj. No matter what is going on, no matter what she feels like has her down on herself, she knows that at the end of the day, no matter what, she will always come out on top. And that is what she focuses on, and that is what she glides on throughout everything, which she then turns around and puts into her art. So that's where she was at with it. Putting all that pain and putting all that adversity and everything that she had been through into her art. Putting her money where her mouth was. Putting her pen where her heart was. Okay, did you hear that? Let me know. What's her aura right now? Ooh. We have the Moon card. And I'm going to pull an art card for that. Aura card. So we have the Moon and Still Life with the Fruit Dish. So that Moon energy is her kind of feeling like a fish out of water in this new life that she's in. She's a new mom. She's receiving a lot of blessings. She's receiving a lot of new love. She has a lot of new feelings and new vibrations running through her at once. She's experiencing a lot of new environments at once. There's just a lot of new good energy coming right after a very large storm. So it has her kind of like in this poised, uneasy type feeling, while at the same time she's enjoying the fruits of her labor. She's making sure that she does that. It's just very, it's different. She feels kind of naked in the space that she's in, because everything is so new right now, and things seem to be going very well right now. So it just has her embracing it and also questioning it at the same time, which is human, which is very normal. I think when you feel yourself in a space and in an energy like that, it's best to one, continue to pray and continue to say affirmations to yourself, but also doing emotional check-ins. Emotional check-ins is definitely your best friend when it comes to being in spaces and energy like that, because it can feel so easy to go back into bad habits, even though the new energy that you feel is so good and so serene. So that's kind of where she is right now, getting her footing into this new life that she's in, and figuring out how to maintain it, which is dope, which I feel like is extra dope. I want to ask what the creative environment was like for Seeing Green. This would be like the visuals, the vibe, everybody's mindset, the studio. I'm gonna do some oracle cards for that. Okay. So first things first, with that Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting that more than likely the only thing they planned was to go in the studio, or the only thing that they planned was to make a song together. They didn't like do a whole lot of outlining or blueprinting or listing as far as concept matters and what they were going to do when they got in there or anything. It wasn't a whole lot of that. They wanted to leave the space open, leave the slate clean, to be able to just go in and be free and just do whatever, because a lot of the times that's when the best music is made, when the space is just free, when nobody is telling you what to do, and you're not over analyzing or micromanaging yourself and this and that. So that's the space that they put themselves in, rightfully so. They knew exactly where they were in their individual processes and also with each other, and they were able to say, hey, okay, let's go in clean with it, let's go in free with it, and just see where it leads us. That's a part of them trusting themselves, trusting their intuition, and also trusting their divine realm, and also trusting their abilities and trusting their gifts, trusting that regardless of anything, they were going to go in and come out with some fire. Okay? And that's where that consciousness comes in. That they definitely use that consciousness. I feel like it's feeling like Nicki didn't use any type of substances. You know Wayne keeps his stuff on him. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We ain't gotta talk about it too much, okay? Okay. But spirit was definitely present in their process. Definitely. That's where the consciousness comes in as well. I get that they all had their, I'm gonna channel those happenings right now. You probably hear some background music from my rude neighbors, but that's just like the individuality. They allowed each other to be individuals in the space, is what I mean. They allowed each other to center themselves according to how they individually needed to. And yeah, solar plexus. They brought each other confidence. And they made a note to really like, I'm getting that each person pregame in some type of way before they got to the studio, whether it's like they played their favorite music on the way to the studio, or they smoked and drank before they got to the studio, they prayed before they got to the studio, whatever it was that they needed to do to get their solar plexus in a good place, they did that before they got to the studio, because they knew that they needed to top themselves, and they knew that they had a lot of naysayers that they needed to shut up. So they made sure that they did what they had to do to get their confidence in a good place upon going in there, upon going into the studio. I am going to ask, use the moon cards. What did Nicki want for us to? What did Nicki want for us to take from the song? A new romantic cycle begins, and have faith in your dreams. A new romantic cycle begins. There is love coming in, both romantic and just from your soul family as a whole. And I'm also getting that it's a new romantic cycle within yourself. You're learning how to love yourself in new ways, which is definitely what Nicki is also learning how to do, learning how to learn herself in new ways. And I'm getting that also her having a son is also teaching her that as well. And there are certain things, I know that a lot of us have a certain perspective of her husband, but it's coming to me, and it's also come to me in other readings that I've done on her just in my own past time, and that her husband really encourages her and really challenges her to see herself in a higher light. Despite what his past is, and despite what we may think of him, and despite what we may think of them being together, he challenges her in a lot of good ways that teaches her and puts her in position to love herself differently, and to love herself in a more divine and in a more womanly way. He channels her to mature in certain ways that she didn't think that she ever needed to. And so that's where that is coming in also. And also, have faith in your dreams. Nicki, as confident as she comes off, she has had many days where she has doubted herself, where she has had many days where she has questioned whether or not it would really happen for her, and whether or not she really wanted it to happen for her. I'm getting that she struggled with the type of lack mentality where she may have feared having certain things because so much has been taken from her in life, and so many times people have tried to take things from her in life, and it made her skeptical about whether or not she really wanted to be seen, whether or not she really wanted to give herself to the world, give herself to anybody in any capacity. But her being steadfast and persistent and resilient and having faith in her dreams has helped her be successful inside and out. And that's what we're supposed to be taking from the song.